Unless you're willing to dish out the dough, gems can take a while to accumulate, so you definitely want to get the best value for them. But what are some of those best values in Clash of Clans? I've assembled my 5 best values for gems in Clash of Clans, so let's hop in and talk about it. At number 1, I have builder huts. That's right, getting your 5 builder huts is my top value. I don't know if this list is necessarily in order, but I think this one is definitely number 1 if I had to rank them. Having 5 builders saves you days, months, even years in Clash of Clans of upgrade time. Just being able to upgrade more buildings at once is going to save you so much. And how do you value your time? You can't. So the more value you can get out of that time, the better. Now, I know this is a heavy investment early on. We're talking 500,000, 2,000 gems for that 5th builder. But this is the best investment you can make early in the game. Save up your gems, get some of those achievements, and get the 5 builders to help you along your journey. There's lots of guides of how you can get that 5th builder as fast as possible. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know this. It's probably one of the most basic things. So let's keep going. My second best value for your gems is going to be the helpers. Yeah, this one's probably a little bit more controversial, but I think if you can get over the price of the cost, because it is very expensive. What is it? It's like 8,500 gems to get them to max level, to get the builder's apprentice to max level. It's a heavy investment. But I don't think you need to max them out completely to get the best value. For the lab assistant, we get 1 level for free, which means every day we get 1 free hour of upgrades. For the builder's apprentice, we got to spend 500 gems. Now, I've already invested 1,000 gems into them, and I like this one so much that I'm going to be investing more gems here just to kind of back up my case. I'm going to upgrade him 2 more levels here. So we're going to go up to level 4 on this builder's apprentice, because I believe this is one of those things that over time is going to pay for itself. Now, depending on what you're speeding up and values and how you value your gems versus like books and gemming and other things, this can take over 100 days, over 150, even 200 days in some cases to get your value back. But if you plan on playing Clash of Clans for a long time, which on this base we're Town Hall 13, we have a long way to go. We have a long road to go to get to max. I think this investment is going to be one of the best investments you can make in the game. I don't think you need to go full out to max, but saving 4 hours a day on our upgrades is going to be massive. And even the alchemist, I'm going to unlock the alchemist on this account for 100 gems just so we can have those conversions in case we need them. We always need more dark elixir, so getting 10,000 extra dark elixir a day, that's good. So I think investing into the helpers is going to be really good for you. And even the lab assistant, if you want to throw 500 gems and get 2 hours a day on him, it's going to be really good. But again, this is another investment thing. It's like the builders. It's a much heavier investment depending on how high you go. But as you assign these helpers, and you can even keep them assigned now, that value will be reinvested. Again, in some cases, it's going to take hundreds of days. But after that, it's all free real estate, giving you multiple values on your gems. Multipliers. I mean, it's really crazy how much time you can save. And again, I think this one's controversial, but I like the builder's apprentice. The more I use them, the more they've grown on me. That's my number 2, the helpers. Let's check out number 3. All right, let's shift gears a little bit and let's talk about the trader. He's going to be my 3rd best value for gems. More specifically, there's a couple of things in here, but technically if you're just going by the numbers, there's some things that are actually crazy value in here. We don't have one in the shop right now, but I'm pretty sure a Rune of Dark Elixir is technically the best value in the trader right now, because a Rune of Dark Elixir, I'm pretty sure they changed the price to 1,000 gems. And if you were to go buy the Dark Elixir from the gem shop, I mean, if you just look right here, if we filled up our storages, it's 5,000 gems, and it only goes up from there. It gets to crazy numbers. And even like golden elixir, I mean, if you fill up like a 28 million storage or a 24 million storage, like you could do the math, you get up to 5,000 gems. Now, I'm not going to point that out and lean on that too much, because I think these are some of the worst values for gems in Clash of Clans, buying elixir. But I've done it. I've been there. So people do it. So I do want to bring that to your attention, that actually the runes from the trader are actually some of the best values in the game. But also I think there's other value to be had, such as a training potion for 25 gems. In one boost, you can pretty much fill up all of your storages, or at least close to. I mean, Dark Elixir can be a little bit tougher to come by, but most of the time, if you're buckled down doing sneaky goblin farming, you should be able to get close to filling up your storages for 25 gems. Now, it is a 1 hour investment, so it does kind of come back begging the question of how do you value your time? But at the same time, we're playing a video game, and if you're dedicating that time to play the video game, it's not that big of a deal. But the other thing I wanted to point out in here, because it's one of the toughest things to come by in the game, are the ore deals. Now, we all know, like, for raid medals, buying the ores is an amazing value. Like, some of the best value. Like, I buy these every single week. I was saving this account for this video, but we buy these every single week because ores are so hard to come by, especially glowy and starry. But if you're a little bit behind, or if you're trying to catch up, buying the ores for gems is not bad just because they're so scarce. I know that I said, like, the runes are some of the best values numbers wise, but the loot isn't so scarce. The ores are. One starry ore is going to cost you 35 gems. If you multiply that by 15, you get 525 gems. So a little bit under 2x your value. Glowy ore is 5 gems for every 1 glowy ore. So 300 gem value for 150. Shiny is 1-to-1, so you get another 300 value there. So I think for the trader, those are some of the best values for him. But also, I've been known in the trader to buy a book of heroes, because sometimes it can bail you out. But also, if you're going to gem like a 7-day upgrade on a hero, it's 1,000 gems. So it's a good way to save some gems. I'm with them lowering the cost of the runes, the runes have kind of got my attention, I'm not gonna lie. But there's other things in here. I think the trader is really great value. I think my favorite things, if I'm going to spend gems, definitely training potions. I always, not always, but when I need a training potion, I go straight to the trader if my raid medal ones are sold out, which they're not, so we're good there. But that's a good way to get it. But sometimes I'm close on ores to an upgrade, and we'll go get some ores from him. So keep the trader in mind. It's not always the best value, but he can bail you out of some tight situations. And just a note, I know you can get equipment from the trader, which can be nice and help your attacks out, but also equipment is technically free. So it's kind of like the opposite of value, because you could have got it for free. But I guess if you weren't playing the game, or you were unable to play the game at the time and you need like a spiky ball or something, I guess it's okay to have in there. But I didn't want to like harp on equipment for that reason, that it's technically free when it comes out. My fourth best value, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I am a big hater of this guy, but the goblin builder I think is a decent value. It all comes back to the time. I'm not a big fan of this guy, I'm not gonna lie to you. I personally don't use him, but I know a lot of people do and like it because of the simple reason, like if we were to upgrade this workshop, it's an 8-day upgrade. It's only going to cost us 320 gems for him to work on that, which isn't that bad. I mean, yes, there's other ways you can invest your gems. Me personally, I would rather invest in the helpers, but if you wanted to get an upgrade done and kind of use the goblin builder while he's here and you're saving up gems, I don't think it's the worst way to spend your gems. For instance, if we wanted to like free up a builder here, my lowest builder is the warden right there, which is just under 2 days, 374 gems. What was the cost on that? 320. So gem a 2-day upgrade, or just start it for 320 and then have 6 builders, maybe even 7 builders going if you have the 7th builder, which you should have. We're working on it. We're working on it, guys. So goblin builder, I don't love him, but I think there's worse ways you could definitely spend your gems, and he's definitely growing on me. I haven't used him yet, but I don't think he's a bad way to use your gems. That's why I'm putting him here at number 4. Now, our 5th and final spot here I think is a little subjective, but for me, my 5th best value for gems in the game is 1 gem donations. Man, I love 1 gem donations. It just saves so much time just going in here and you just double tap. Now, I'm not saying gem everything, but if you just get some of those big things out of the way, probably didn't need to do that wall breaker. It saves you so much time and headache. Oh, it's so nice, man. 1 gem donations are my favorite thing ever. It's so good here, but obviously I do that on my accounts that I spend on, like my main account mostly. I use 1 gem donations all the time, but in our clan, we're all pushing and stuff. People need troops. Now, obviously, this is going to change very soon with the addition of the troop time removal. Troops are going to be free to train as far as time and elixir resources now after the next update. But for now, I had to sneak it in here, guys. I had to sneak it in before I wrap this video up. It's like my farewell nod to the 1 gem donations. The main reason I buy the gold pass on my main account, those 1 gem donations, is my 5th best value. And I guess like honorable mention / finishing up, considering thoughts here. I was thinking about like putting different things in the trader, like it's separate ranks here. like the ores and the runes and all that, talk about all that. And I feel like trader is just one thing, right? Like that's kind of how I group that. And cosmetics, like I feel like some people might say cosmetics don't really add anything besides cool looks to the game. That's why I didn't really put them in there. And then like even gemming your army, I mean, that's subjective. I think there's other ways to go about that instead of gemming things, or gemming your troops, or gemming your upgrades rather, or even gemming your army. I think just use like training potions and use builder potions, or just be patient, or use the helpers, etc., etc. But that's my thoughts on this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.